Okie dokie, time for the 5-minute room rescues. Today we're going to deal with changing of schedules and routines. Here we go, 5 minutes starting now. Go to the room that needs your love or will give you the biggest impact. Okay, so schedule change. School is coming up for some. We are already in school for others. How do we go about doing that? Well, you know about how long it takes you to get up. You know about how long it takes you to get dressed. So you start by getting up. You start by doing each one of the items that you know needs to be done. But you start by doing this before it's necessary. So for those of you already in school, Saturdays and Sundays are a great time to do this. Your goal is to get up, ready, bags packed, everything done prior to the time that you need to leave. So you know that, say well, I'll just use me and Jacek. It took us 5 minutes to walk to school 2 years ago when we were going to school. And so he needed to be there at a certain time. So we knew we had to leave here at 8:15. So 8:15 was it. We knew how long it took him to eat. We knew how long it took him to get dressed. On average, because we are talking about children. So they can dawdle. They can do all these wonderful good things. So even on the weekends, my suggestion is one of two things. No video games, no screens, no nothing until they have everything done. And if you have to put them in a lockbox, be my guest. After all, we are the parents. Parents first, friends second. Or I have a client who uses a half an hour of Minecraft every morning as an incentive. And her kids then, they get that Minecraft done out of the way and then they speed through their routines because they know that they can enjoy it and do it. And if they then don't do their routines, they're not going to have it the next morning, but you get it right away just so that way you're not running out of time in the end. That'll work for some kids, not for others. What do you suggest to get kids ready and out the door?
Suggest this. One of my mom's clients did this. Each time she dies in survival mode, make sure all your kids play in survival mode. Each time they die, they gotta go get dressed or do something.
That works too. You can also do it beat the clock. That is obviously easier with younger kids rather than older kids. For the older kids, just remember you're still mom and dad. So whether they like it or not, guess what? Life's not fair. So the last thing I want to hear, and I honestly never heard it out of either one of my children's mouths. That's not, well, no, I've heard it out of Jacek. That's not fair. Well, he's still learning. Life's not fair. So, okay, we've got morning done. Get it done. Then they can do something fun, or they can do something fun as long as then they get everything done. In the afternoon, you know what time they're getting home. My suggestion is take 15 minutes to unwind, but they need to stay within earshot. Then get on the schoolwork. They can be doing schoolwork. You can be prepping supper. But the times when you're not going to be home because of school or because of work or how things change, do not do any of your regular things. The more you practice not having that time, the easier it will be to get things in when you're out of the house for that time. When I have clients that are going back to work or changing jobs or changing shifts, that's what we do. We assume that we'll just say 9 to 5. We'll go banker's hours, but then it takes a half an hour to get there, so 8:30, and we'll say 6 because afternoon is always worse. You can't do any regular housework during that time. You can do projects, but you can't do regular housework because once the job starts, you won't be home to do the housework, and that is when things pile up. Those are my suggestions. Time's up for when routines change. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.